the trip so we can go out and, have plenty of weed. And I was like, sure, yeah, like, should we go get weed or whatever? He's like, no, I got it. He comes out with this big old fucking jar, like that's like over half full of just marijuana.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're never gonna smoke all this. So here's what we should do. I told him that I would rent a car and drive up to Portland to get weed, and then have him drive back down with me, and then he can come see what LA for a second and then back.
Or we drive up together and do shows along the way.
See, that's something that I was thinking, like,
yeah,
why not try to make it a thing?
Yeah,
because you also still need to meet Luke. So
yeah, totally. And then we could also, there are very easy stops along the way. There's San Francisco, there's the ranch. And then from the ranch to Portland, you could do in a really long day. Or there's even Eureka, where there's a bunch of shows. And there's also, we could visit Marcy. And anyway, yeah, there's things we could do.
You see what I mean? Doesn't that sound like something that would be fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just figure out how much time I can take off from my new job.
Yeah. No. Once you're like, that's the thing too. Like, but this would be like fall, I think.
Do I look wet?
You always look wet.
Yeah, fall is great. Fall into it. Fall into a good time.
Fall is great. I
love fall.
I prefer fall. But
I'm ready for a little bit of beach time. I'm not gonna lie. But then fall.
I'm thinking that maybe global warming is gonna be good for us. I just want to say that. So maybe I like it.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Look at
yeah.
Like I saw a story today about like some fucking area in California where the reservoir is so full and they are just dumping water out, and the residents are like it's really kind of fucking water now? Yeah, well, yeah, because it's so full. They don't have any more room for it. And so their option, instead of to get a bucket, is to dump it out.
Yeah, I feel like they should build some buckets.
Build some buckets. Oh, hello, YouTube. We're here.
Speaking of bucket builders, it's our YouTube gang.
Hey, YouTube.
How you doing? Fill that bucket up. Back that bucket up and then fill it up and then drink it, you bucket builder.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good message.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi, welcome to watching us every week. If you do, the 5, 6, 7 of you that do. Here's what I have to say about our 5 or 6, 7 people that watch us on the YouTubes. Okay, can I just say one? Yeah, sure, fine. We love you. Fine. Yeah, great. Oh. But do you not tell your friends? Like what? Like why isn't there 10 the next week? You know what I mean? Like, are you not like talking to anybody? Are you hoarders, and we are something that you hoard to yourselves that you don't share with other people? Because it's a little offensive that it's only the 5 to 10 of you.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. And I will say, like, sure. You can put plenty of blame on me and Tony for not doing a great job of social mediaing this show and getting more, building more of an audience. But honestly, enough. We work so hard for you. And would you guys please just do something for once?
And just to be fair, I mean, I tried. You know what I mean? Like this show. This show had a fucking Facebook page back in the day. This show used to have an Instagram page back in the day. This show used to have a Twitter back in the day. Y'all didn't give a shit about it then. Y'all didn't give a shit about it. So,
no. Sure, they were pro-Russia Facebook and Twitter accounts. Well, we shouldn't have gone. We should have gone
to the Ukraine for fucking finally giving them some drone medicine of their own. Props to the Ukraine. Not to the Ukraine, to Ukraine. Sorry. Anyway.
Good. Great. Yeah.
Should we do a show? Oh, wait. Do you know what I'm realizing? This is not on, this is on the wrong channel. I'm looking at it right now.
Is it on Tony Soto?
It is, and I know how much you hate that. I know how much you hate.
For a variety of reasons.
Should I just cancel that one and fucking only do this? Is that what you're trying to tell me to do?
Change your drag name too to the Gay Power Half Hour. Although technically you'd have to just be the Gay Power 15 minutes. If we're not the half hour.
Oh Lord, see, that was sorry about that. Now the 5s of people can watch us on our YouTube page.
Welcome everyone to the Gay Power Half Hour, which is just like the Tony Soto Show because we're always on the goddamn Tony Soto Show page with your host Tony Soto. Tony Soto.
I know that I know that comes from a negative place, but it sounded
You
beautiful.
liked it?
I just wanted you to know how beautiful that sounded. And that is now my ringtone, and I'm no longer answering texts. You only have to call me. Do you want to do the Tony Soto show?
Trying to think. What's your catchphrase? What's the Tony Soto show catchphrase? Ah!
Did you see my hoodie that I got in?
I don't know. I love it.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah, Sasquatch on a bicycle.
Sasquatch on a bike. Is there a difference between a Bigfoot and a Sasquatch? Are those two different things?
I think Bigfoot is a specific Sasquatch.
Because someone asked me, they're like, is that a Sasquatch or is that a Bigfoot? And I said, are they not the same? And then they kind of judged me.
Yeah. We all know that they don't exist, right?
I said, I'm not from here. We don't all know that. We don't all know that.
God, don't let her go to Portland, guys, ever. She comes back with a lot of ideas. A lot to say.
Honestly, that's not a beast I even care about, because if they truly, if they're, I've only seen like pictures of two. So obviously they're not doing their part to continue their lives. Like, fuck each other. All right. Like,
maybe they're gay. And that's why they went extinct.
And that's why we ruin everything.
You know, they say about a Sasquatch with a big foot.
I don't actually. Do you want to do a show?
I've been saying yes for a while.
Oh, okay. I only listen to you when you're saying Tony Soto. I'm going to give you 4, 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet that's not just like Pride Month, because no one would ever accuse us of going on too long. With your host, Casey Lai, and the great, wonderful one and only.
Hi, I'm Tony Soto, reminding you that you can watch us live on our YouTube page and follow us. Wait, no, that's all I'm saying. Oh, wait, no, go to our iTunes page and like and subscribe and rate. Well, welcome back, Case. We're back. How are you?
We're back. I'm doing really well. I don't know if I love our new opening.
We got to do it. It's got to be in the front. No one.
Well, then you got to get it right.
Well, listen, I'm still working through it. I'm a very busy person. I don't know if you know this, but I do 2 podcasts. So she's always busy. All right. Yeah. But people need to know that they can go to our iTunes page and subscribe and rate it and leave a comment. They should know that at the beginning.
They should do that. They should.
Here we are. Back again.
We're back. Happy Pride. You know, last year we took Pride off because we were too gay for that shit or whatever.
Did we?
Yeah, we took the whole month off because
we took the whole month off. Oh, you would have never settled
because No, I did. I got into the idea. You were like, I'm not doing Tony Soto show. I would like to not do Gay Power Half Hour, and I was like, oh, okay. And actually I think it's funny because like we were so gay all of the rest of the year, we take Pride off. That's what.
But wait, I think that you said, I think the way we did it though was we did the first week and the last week, right?
I think maybe
so we can still do that. We can literally still do that. We can if you want, because like that's the thing. I think that's what we did last year. I think you're absolutely right. So, because I believe it was your idea, because you're like, we at least have to say hello and we at least have to do a wrap up. And so I'm very happy. Oh my God, are we taking June off?
No, I didn't agree to this. You just convinced yourself that we needed to. I was just saying last year that we did.
Listen, if this doesn't
go off, because yeah, you are too gay all year long.
You know what? Don't turn this around on me. This was a perfect time for you to have not brought up old shit. All right. You brought up, I would have never remembered. Did you see me not remember the brilliant idea that we did last year? But no, you brought up old shit. And then I was like, oh, that is a good idea.
Well, remind me never to share good memories with you ever again, because you'll claim them as your own. You're much like Trump, I feel like, in a lot of ways. Like, you just agree with the last thing you heard. Like, she came back from Portland and now she believes vaccines are bad.
Not true.
You heard before. Said that. She said something about a flu from Asia, and she's just started. She wouldn't shut up about it. And I was like, wow, really? You should not go to places where there are large communities of people who get all of their information from worldnet.org.
The thing he is saying is not true.
Well, listen to the clip. Play the opener. Play it through. Release it.
Oh my God. Transparency. Anyway, happy fucking Pride. It is officially Pride Month, and apparently we're doing a podcast every fucking week at a bar. Are you excited for it? Are you proud? Like, honestly. Casey, did you freeze? Oh no. Not when we're live on the internet. Oh, how unfortunate. I mean, at least he froze in a good way. You know what I mean? Oh, Casey, we're live on the internet. How can your internet be so faulty? Or is this my internet? Can't be mine. Look at how good my screen looks. This is a situation where I don't know. And we haven't gotten to it on the YouTubes yet. This is interesting. Guys, this is a live show. I'm going to pause this real quick. We're going to figure. Oh, there she is. She's back.
What happened?
You froze, girl. Did I freeze on your end?
Yeah, you're frozen on.
Oh, you are frozen on my end, and you're not coming in well. Am I not coming in well on your end?
You're not coming in well on my end.
Like my audio is bad?
You're a little clicky.
You are too. This is weird. Anyway, I think we're back.
I guess give it a second. Let's
the live show, everybody. This is what you get when you do it. This is why you should be following us on the YouTubes, because you get it uncut. Everything that's wrong happens. It happens. Can I just hear you talk for me, Case?
Yeah, you get it just like my dick, uncut.
All right, you're coming in loud and clear on that. And
if you want the Tony Soto show, that show will be cut, if you know what I mean.
All right, I do the same thing for that show, just so you know. But it's just me, not some guy with shitty internet. Happy Pride. Are you excited for Pride? Do you get into the whole month of it? Like, is this something, or do we age out of it? Because I don't care about June.
I like summer. I feel like summer is the gayest of all of the seasons. Some people might say spring because of all the blooming, but I say summer because of all of the clothes being taken off. I like and drinking. And submerging yourself into bodies of water. And I like all of that. I like Pride because I love gay people, queer people, the whole rainbow of sexual and gender variance in this world. Love, 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 love. What I don't love is all of the hate, and also all of the corporate, tiptoeing around or tipping in and tipping out. And so, I feel like as long as I don't know. I like. There's been some
corporate kowtowing to some conservative folks already pre-Pride. They haven't even started. Like, this show's going to come out on June 1st, and there's already been controversy, like with Target taking down some certain, not all the Pride stuff either, just certain Pride, like their commercial media is like trying to cover some of the queer designers or whatever that shit is being removed. And it's all people. There's this one person that was like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of hate, but it's all coming from America and I live in the UK. So it's like, it's all here. It's fucking bored Americans.
It's interesting though. A little bit of a left turn, but to talk about it because it is Pride Month, and one thing that is often left out of Pride is the actual like politics and the situation around the world. Uganda passed a violently anti-gay law. It basically completely criminalizing homosexuality. You can be put in prison for life, or you can be killed. And there are plenty of Americans. One, it's completely funded by American Christians. Like, the reason Uganda has become a right-wing hellscape is because of American evangelicals. And then Ted Cruz, who has a bisexual daughter, is like, it's just like a weird moment, because he's actually saying, like, fuck you, Uganda, you can't make rights based on like a person's sexuality, which is so insane. It's coming from Ted Cruz. And then Ted Cruz getting trolled by all of his fucking fans for saying something positive about the sexuality spectrum. So it's just I hate how this is how I kind of feel about Pride and like corporate Pride and people like Republicans who are on board with queer people are only on board because their kid came out and they decided they didn't hate their kid, you know? And so they don't have empathy beyond their family in any sort of way, you know? Or they also probably hated their gay uncle as well and let him die
it's
of
the
AIDS
same with families of
him,
color. It's just because like, as a Mexican person, I know that there are gay family members that are embraced by the family, but they still be talking shit about homosexuals, I
mean, let's be fair. Once I came out, and then got through the hard parts with some members of my Italian family, they all were like, "Oh, our grandfather was probably gay too, and this one was gay too," instead of just blaming all of the gayness on my father's side from the beginning of it. That's how it works. But when it comes to Pride, I think, it's too much of a party and not enough of a protest. And this year the protests are essential because we're going backwards. And if we're just here to party, then we're not doing the month right.
I feel like when it comes to the corporate sponsorships or whatever, I'm like, look, if you're going to roll out the rainbows every year, you have to fucking back all of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that, like, outside of the safety issue with those ones, I think that they should have done other things, like stepped up the shit, maybe put the displays higher. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think like the removal of it, I don't know how that makes anyone safer, because if there's still a fucking rainbow on there somewhere, they're going to get mad about the rainbow itself. Like they get mad about the rain. Did you see that clip about Roseanne Barr talking to a sprinkler that was showing a rainbow? And she's like, what's in our groundwater that makes rainbow this agenda?
I mean, no, she's one of your old school favorites. So you talk about her.
I mean, listen, the show Roseanne was one of my favorites. I've never supported her stand up. I saw She Devil once because you're supposed to see She Devil once. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just like I'm not even like keeping up on, because the bigots come out every fucking year. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I'm not even keeping up with what exactly is upsetting them. Like what pictures are on said clothes that's so upsetting, outside of the gender bathing suit that I read of at the beginning of all this, which was weeks ago. I know that the idea of the rainbow itself sickens them and thinks is an agenda. So taking out something but leaving in still some stuff, I don't think that fixes the situation.
Well, it is just, it's like the association of everything. It's, I don't remember who I was listening to, but it was something about how maybe it was the new Sarah Silverman. And she's talking about seeing all these kids in Catholic schoolgirl clothes at a Catholic school and being like, why are you putting all those little kids in those porn dresses? And it's because we have, anything that used to have a meaning now has an internet meaning, I mean, that's branding on one hand, but that's also the pornification and, just the commodification of things, and so you can't I would imagine conservatives see a fucking rainbow, a glorious rainbow in the sky after a tornado has destroyed their houses and be like, see, the queers did do it.
When literally the rainbow and a bird flying by it is a sign that like God has not left you. You know what I mean? It's so hard to like when you've been gay as long as we've been gay, Casey.
Yeah.
Like it's very
19 years.
It's very difficult to like have the kind of outrage over shit like this, because it's just always been commonplace. And the thing is, it's like, truthfully, back in the day, bigots were way more in your face. You know what I mean? Like I remember the Westboro Baptist Church at a Pride in Chicago, where Fred himself was fucking spitting at people walking by him. You know what I mean? Like it's like real bigotry, Yeah.
But
like I think that these
OG bigotry.
I think that people going into Targets for TikToks to be like, I am so offended by this for views. I think it's more about like trying to become famous within your little cult
100%
than it is the actual cause these days. So
I don't think that, I mean, it is plain as day that the politicians who are supporting all of these anti-trans anti-queer laws are doing it, and mostly the anti-abortion laws too are doing it because it is a method of controlling their mobs, and their mobs do kind of buy into this shit. Even if they don't really buy into this shit, they've all of a sudden, no one gave a fuck about a fucking trans woman on a fucking beer can until everyone fucking foisted it upon you. And the hilarious thing about that, I was reading, everyone was like, Bud Light is no longer the number one beer. Now it's Modelo. It's owned by the same company, you fucking idiot losers. Okay, so like it's still
because they
still
only
a
know label.
Mexican beer, you know?
Yeah, that's what they're just so stupid. I had this conversation with my Uber driver, strangely enough, from the airport coming back to home from my trip, and she was like talking about oh shit, what were we just talking about?
I don't know, beer labels.
Oh yeah. She was talking about, so well, what makes what makes it a bad thing that someone chooses to outwardly reject a brand on their principles? I'm like, there's literally nothing wrong with that. They have the right to do it. Boycott they're boycotting their own people now. Chick-fil-A, you know what I mean? It's like,
why?
I don't care how you spend your fucking money, but at least be knowledgeable on like what you're spending your money on. Like when I found out that Mars was fucking having slaves make their chocolate or whatever, I had a deep dive and I was like, fuck, I'm giving up a lot of shit if I'm going to make this my fucking cause. And that's your right to do. And if you fucking are so mad that you need to take it to the streets, whatever, but like understand that there's going to be accountability on your opinions and how you feel if you're airing them publicly. And if you do it during Pride, it's just so played out, bro. Like it's just so played out. Like
I don't know, I hate this thought that just popped into my head and agree, but like if you're planning on killing a bunch of gay people this month, don't, for a variety of reasons that are clear, but one that you're not thinking of. It'll be bad for your cause. If you kill a bunch of gay people during Pride, it actually will prove us right that you hate us so much that you will take violence into your own. So if you're a mass shooting, if you're one of these like young 18, 19-year-old incel cucks who are fucking riddled with like PDA and other like spectrum type things that cause you to have zero empathy and zero desire to have a future, and you hate being told what to do, and you have access to guns, which you do because you live in Kansas or Illinois or Indiana or every other state.
Illinois. Illinois has good gun laws.
Oh, not Illinois. Sorry, I was looking at your face and I thought Illinois for a second. And then and you're gonna go. You think you're gonna drive to a place that has a sizable gay population and go to their Pride, and you're going to kill a bunch of people. Don't do it, because those people will become martyrs, and it will show to everyone that that you're full of hate and there's zero reason, and that these gay laws that you want to be passed are actually helping the cause of hate. And so don't do that. Please don't kill gay people this Pride. Or ever.
Any fucking Pride or ever. Like the thing is like, look, I don't understand why, there's always been bigotry. There's always been bigotry ever since I came out. I came out at a young age. I remember it being difficult. I remember, people, and in the 90s, the gay youth in the 90s, we were active. So, we were out there, you know what I mean? So, but it's just like, I don't know who completely opened up the floodgate. You can't give it all to Trump, because there was like a moment. It was it was literally Obama's fucking election that just everyone was like, oh, that proved we're not a racist country. It's like, absolutely not. That emboldened racists to start coming out. Like, look. A lot of those people don't fucking deal in our electoral process. You know what I mean? A lot of those people aren't fucking voters, But when a black president was elected, that got them out of their houses pretending that they sure as fuck did. And they're like, now we're interested and we don't want this black person in there. And then that was like,
I mean that all is real, but I mean, if we want, I mean, I don't think we have to look much further than, again, the evangelical Christian nationalist political movement, because they realized that somehow they still won on abortion, but they realized it was a losing issue, and so they needed a new issue. And this is just fact. Anti-trans stuff started, unbeknownst to them, started polling really, really well. And so that's what they latched onto. And that has become a thing. And when you bring something, when you completely dehumanize people for political gain, willy-nilly like this, and you hammer it home, you create fear and hate. And it's the fascist handbook. And no one is more fascist than the Christian nationalists in this fucking country. And so they are using words like extermination, and they're using words like eradication of transness, and that is terrifying. And it's not inside their, and if you're a gay person who is like those issues don't concern me, it's the age old, like first they came for the Jews and no one said anything, or last they came for the Jews. I don't remember who they came for first in that poem, but they came for everyone.
They're coming for everyone, and they thought you were safe. Yeah.
Yeah. And that just goes out to all you black conservatives and gay conservatives out there, and anyone else in fucking Latino white nationalists who are murdering everyone. You're fucking next in line.
Yeah. I mean, that's
fucking idiots.
That's not true. Yeah. Or that is true. And truth be told, it's like they'll use you up until the end. I was watching a video about a group of Jewish people in Nazi Germany who were basically log cabin Republicans, but Jewish. They supported Hitler. They supported what he did. They said at the end of their meetings, they were like, down with us, like they did that kind of thing. And they were the first ones that their group was disbanded the moment Hitler rose. And the leaders of that group were in the camps. And so
it's like with Hitler, people were like, well, we can control him and let's, he says all these crazy things, but he's doing that to rile it up. It's like DeSantis. People were like, oh, he's worse than Trump. He is actually worse than Trump. He's not going to win because he's a fucking loser, but what he's like, take him at his fucking word. He does bad things, and he will do bad things to this fucking country.
He's telling you
specifically, and he's telling you he's going to do it. He didn't write Mein Kampf. He wrote some other. He had a ghost written book for him that says benign shit, but it's all there.
He's
and his
working
wife
on a private army. Like, he's trying to recruit. I read a headline where it was like DeSantis's army brings the crooked cops from other states to Florida.
Oh, I mean, that's the whole thing. He's giving you a $6,000 signing bonus if you're a cop to from a place that's too woke to be a cop. And so he's attracting all of these cops people who have literally murdered people, who have fucking raped people, who have little criminal records. And he's like, yeah, join our forces because we got to beat up all of these gay people and critical race theory.
God bless America for sure. But listen, switching gears, because only in America can you go from crooked cops on a mad dash to Florida for some steady work of beating up brown people. Also, we have Hollywood elite, like very old Hollywood elite, legends having babies in their 80s. That's right. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are having babies with their very young spouses.
And what are you feeling about it?
I have the strongest feelings about this, because this is fucking misogyny through and through, 100%. Because it's like, just because your old dusty dick can still get hard from the help of medication. Don't lie to yourself, De Niro. Don't lie to yourself. You're 83. That cock doesn't work.
Talking to me.
By the help of modern medicine, to get that dick hard enough to please your 29-year-old spouse.
I'll tell you, Al, it takes more than just the scent of a woman to get your dick hard.
So then you
medical grade pills.
Here's the thing. I was hanging out with a person who was like premenopausal, like she's about to kick it off. You know what I mean? Look, truthfully, women have it bad from the beginning. They have to bleed every fucking month. And then they fucking
They know.
ultimately then, in order for that to stop, they have to fucking be on fire for up to 10 years.
Well, then it
Or,
dries up.
that could be up to 10 years. You know what I mean? It's not easy being a fucking woman. And they have the inability to make babies after a certain time. There are a lot of older women who are like having geriatric pregnancies and their lives are at risk because, everyone's trying to push the envelope on how old you can be to have a fucking baby. But ultimately, women lose their shot at some point. It's going to happen. Men, because we're on the other end and we're just shooting spunk into them, and sperm can still swim, albeit probably not near as fast. They think that they still have the ability to fight. They still have the right to be getting married. Here's the thing. If an old egg dries up, what makes you think that your fucking old sperm doesn't become a little dim? You know what I mean? A little bit of breakdown in the whole chromosomal bullshit up in those old ass 83-year-old, almost a century old sperms. What makes you think that that's good? Unless it's made out of fucking hard oak or maple, it's not good. The only thing that's good is vintage furniture. Okay. Not your sperm.
I want to say, it's Al Pacino and it's Robert De Niro. So as an Italian, I think I got time to wait. Yo, we got decades left before I got to put up some old dusty sperm into a uterus. Uterus is Italian too, because there's so many vowels in it.
But but that kid's not going to ever know his daddy. That kid is going to look at him.
He'll know him for a little bit. Maybe he might get a couple of good years left. They got all the money in the world. They could live for 10 more years.
Have you seen them? They look like zombies. They were talking about this on the
They look like baby making zombies. Okay. They're still making movies and shows. Al Pacino's in a new show. De Niro's putting out a Fokker film a year, and babies. They're productive. You can only dream of being so productive at 80 years old. What else are they doing? We're not making movies in Hollywood anymore. We might as well make babies.
They were talking about it on The View, and like the women were like, they're sexy men. I was like, stop. They were sexy men. You know what I mean? Now they're fucking 83-year-old men who have this. The thing is like, what is it with men? Are you always perverted? Like, why couldn't Al have like settled down with a bitch in her 40s? You know what I mean? Like,
he was with Beverly D'Angelo in the late 90s and early 2000s. And that was the right couple. We expected that to happen. You got hot,
but then once
D'Angelo,
they get divorced, then you're like, oh, well, you know
Italian
what?
Royalty.
I need some young coos.
Well, I occasionally like some young coos, so I don't know if that'll ever change.
I don't know how much occasion that is, Queen. I would say that's probably pretty standard.
Well, the young coos is just throwing itself. I'm like a suction.
Let's celebrate
board.
that you can rent a car.
Yeah, let's fuck. In your car you just rented.
But anyway, like that kid is not going to know his dad's. He's going to be looking at a picture, and it's like at some point to the mother. At some point, that kid's going to be like, "Why did you do it?" You know what I mean? Like,
well, then she'll be like, "Look at this giant house that we live in, and we did that because your dad, who is now dead, made a lot of money."
We don't know how she's going to take the money when he ultimately passes.
I'll tell you the best way for that woman to get the money is to have the kid. The best way for the 29-year-old to beat the other lady.
Oh, it's so fucking Tudors. It's Tudors boots. It's like, that girl was like, the oldest kid is 50. You know what I mean? Like the oldest kid is in their 50s for De Niro. So it's like, oh shit, we need some fresh blood in here so those old coots don't fucking get everything. You know what I mean? It was like, let me tack in the bottom. How many kids does he have?
I don't know. I haven't kept up. You have a lot of opinions on something where you don't know all of the facts. That's because you just got back from Portland.
That's me though. Yeah, no, I just heard about this today. I was like, up in arms.
Yeah. And if you're not watching YouTube, the arms were up.
See what you can see when we're going fucking live on the YouTubes. Well, listen, all I'm saying is fucking think about the fucking kid. That kid's gonna be weird. First, he's gonna be slow-eyed, could be something's gonna be wrong.
Or he could be the best actor of the next generation. We don't know. You don't know, Tony. This is why we don't have abortions, because you don't know what's going to happen. You could abort the next Pacino.
Oh, listen, be wary about your fucking about the bird flu, everybody. It's coming this way. We're all in trouble. We're all gonna die. Do you mask up still? Do you mask up in planes?
I mask up into the plane ride. The plane ride, if you have the thing blowing in your face, they say it's great. They say you're fine. If you turn on the airline, so I believe it. No, but like if you have like at least with like if you have in the air with the way that the air is recycled, the way the air is filtered, plus if you have the air vent open and is blowing air into your face, then you're blowing away all of the other particles.
I don't think that's true.
It is true.
Listen. Flying is ultimately disgusting and poor. Wrap up your faces in whatever you can, because someone is going to bring you home the bird flu. And I don't think we're talking about vaccines for bird flus here. I need to talk to my doctor. I need to talk to my doctor.
I don't think we're talking about the vaccines for bird flu here. Although
I want it. I want it
a vaccine.
I'll run to Japan. I'll go. They're stockpiling. I'll run to Japan and I'll get myself a little bird flu vaccine.
Which
bird sickness is not going to take Tony Soto out.
No, but I have some thoughts on what else might do it.
Shut up. We've come to the end of the show. Casey, you're very busy. I hear you're doing a lot of things. Do you want to?
Yeah, you can see me. I know the shows that I have coming up on the 14th of, oh God.
We do this every week, right? That we do this show every week. And so the fact that you don't ever have your calendar out, not even prepared or ready, and then you get mad when I talk about battle babies every week. You're like, people fucking, I got to say it every fucking week. And then, you finally getting gigs and it takes you forever just to pull up a date.
Yeah.
But you talked about that Pride show 6 months ago.
All right. On the 14th of June, thanks for that, Rand. It gave me time to pull up my calendar. June 14th, you can see me in Long Beach at Que Sera at the Bear City show. And the 15th, you can see me at Talkies in LA, Echo Park. And then San Francisco on the 20th. That's the show that I want everyone to come to. June 20th, I'll be headlining the Punchline. But there will be other chances to see me as well. I'll be at the Punchline on the 21st, featuring for Corinda Dobbins, and I'll be headlining the LOLGBT show. It means lots of losers, Gary and Trent. So, at Cobb's. Was it worth the wait?
Listeners, doesn't it seem like we're finally getting that Pride show? Like we're finally getting to it. So then,
you've been hearing about it for months. Sale. There are weirdly still some tickets available. So
shock. Y'all, if you want to see me cross dress anywhere, you can go to the Tony Soto Productions on Instagram and give that a follow. If you want to see what I'm doing in life in general, you can follow me at the Tony Soto Show on Instagram and TikTok. And we'll be back again next week with more of this absolutely fabulous gay show. Goodbye. Look at that.
Seamless.
Just another gem.
Another gem. Righteous gemstones or whatever.